Candidates, the man who made fighting ISIS the cornerstone of his campaign, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, is out of the race, but he joins us tonight in the audience. He says the airstrikes now in their 16th month have been ineffective. Dr. Carson.
Wait a minute. Who in their 16th month?
The airstrikes.
Oh, okay.
Now in their 16th month are ineffective. Dr. Carson, do you think Senator Graham is right in wanting to send 20,000 troops, ground troops, to Iraq and Syria to take out ISIS?
Well, there's no question that ISIS is a very serious problem, and I don't believe that this administration recognizes how serious it is. I think we need to do a lot more than we're doing. You recognize that the caliphate is what gives them the legitimacy to go out on the jihadist mission. So we need to take that away from them. The way to take that away from them is to talk to our military officials and ask them, what do you need in order to accomplish this goal? Our decision is then, do we give them what they need? I say yes, not only do we give them what they need, but we don't tie their hands behind their back so that they can go ahead and get the job done. In addition to that, we go ahead and we take the oil from them, their source of revenue. You know, some of these engagement rules that the administration has, we're not going to bomb a tanker that's coming out of there because there might be a person in it. Give me a break. Just tell them that you put people in there, we're going to bomb them. So don't put people in there if you don't want them bombed. You know, that's so simple. And then we need to shut down their mechanisms of funding and attack their command and control centers. Why should we let their people be sitting there smoking their cigars, sitting in their comfortable chairs in Raqqa? We know to go ahead and shut off the supply routes and send in our special ops at 2 a.m. and attack them everywhere they go. They should be running all the time. Then they won't have time to plan attacks against us.
Thank you, sir. Senator Graham has also said that the U.S. will find Arab support for its coalition if it removes Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. And I quote, "The now King of Saudi Arabia told us, you can have our army. You just got to deal with Assad. The Emir of Qatar said, I'll pay for the operation. But they are not going to fight ISIS and let Damascus fall into the hands of the Iranians. Assad has to go." Governor Christie, how important is it to remove Assad from power, and how would you do it?
Marie, you look at what this president and his Secretary of State Clinton, has done to get us in this spot. I mean, think about it. This is the president who said, along with his Secretary of State, drew a red line in Syria, said if Assad uses chemical weapons against his people, then we're going to attack. He used chemical weapons. He's killed now over 250,000 of his own people. And this president has done nothing. In fact, he's done worse than nothing. This president, and by the way, Secretary Clinton, who called Assad a reformer. She called Assad a reformer. Now, the fact is, what this president has done is invited Russia to play an even bigger role. Bring in Vladimir Putin to negotiate getting those chemical weapons back from Assad. Yet what do we have today? We have the Russians and the Iranians working together, not to fight ISIS, but to prop up Assad. The fact of the matter is, we're not going to have peace. We are not going to have peace in Syria. We're not going to be able to rebuild it unless we put a no-fly zone there, make it safe for those folks, so we don't have to be talking about Syrian refugees anymore. The Syrians should stay in Syria. They shouldn't be going to Europe. And here's the last piece. You're not going to have peace in Syria with Assad in charge. You're simply not. And so Senator Graham is right about this. And if we want to try to rebuild the coalitions, as Governor Kasich was saying before, then what we better do is to get to the Arab countries that believe that ISIS is a threat not only to them but to us and to world peace, and bring them together. And believe me, Assad is not worth it. And if you're going to leave this to Hillary Clinton, the person who gave us this foreign policy, the architect of it, and you're going to give her another 4 years, that's why I'm speaking out as strongly as I am about that. Hillary Clinton cannot be president. It will lead to even greater war in this world. And remember this, after Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama has had nearly 8 years, we have fewer democracies in the world than we had when they started. That makes the world less peaceful, less safe. In my administration, we will help to make sure that we bring people together in the Middle East, and we will fight ISIS and defeat them.
Thank you, sir.